The newest member of the Buffalo Sabres joining us now on NHL Tonight. Signed that 3-year, $10 million deal just an hour into free agency on July 1st. Congratulations, Connor. It was your first time going through that process. Did you enjoy it? What was that day like for you?
Well, now that it's over, it was great. A little different from back when I was 2017. I had 2 American League offers. So it was much different, but it worked out great. I couldn't be more excited.
What was the appeal with Buffalo? Why did you end up choosing Buffalo in the end?
Obviously, the organization, I couldn't hear enough good things about them. The staff, the team, the culture. Obviously, just a lot of excitement around that young team. And I think I can, obviously, I knew Don Granato going in. I think I can play my style there.
Talk a little bit about the roster, Connor. I mean, I think a player in your situation, you're looking at a lot of elements, of course, but, one of the key criteria, is there a club out there that wants my services, that gives me a chance to win? What appealed to you about Buffalo in that way?
They're obviously fun and exciting. They generate so much offense, and I think my hard-nosed style will help them on the other side of the ice, playing that physical game-ending plays, and I think it was the perfect fit.
You mentioned that hard-nosed style. You're not the biggest defenseman we have in the NHL, but on most nights you play like one of the biggest defensemen in the NHL. When did you start to learn to play like that?
I think my whole life. Back before I used to hit, my dad he loves making jokes. We knew a couple of the referees, and they're, like, Connor, next year, that's a good hit. But I feel like I was getting those hitting penalties as a squirt, and then in Pee Wee when we were allowed to, too. So it kind of worked out.
Connor, just in terms of your NHL career, put last year in context. It really seemed to me, and a critical year in your platform year as you go into free agency, but just a really impressive year. You're taking kind of a step forward in terms of the responsibility you enjoyed while a member of the Boston Bruins, a career high offensive output. Talk a little bit about last year and how it all came together with you with the Bees.
Yeah, I think I finally just took that step in my career. I never really value my game on my offensive production, but, last year I think Monty coming in helped me find the parts of my game that, I lost for a while. And he kind of just, he wanted me to make plays and, take chances and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot different, and obviously, we were the best team in the league, and I'm playing with so many good players. Some of the points just worked out, just giving our talented guys the puck, and you'd pick up a D-zone second assist.
Well, you talked about the Bruins, and of course that's your former team. Now you're with Buffalo, so you're staying within the division. Have you looked at the calendar and thought about what that night is going to be like, facing a lot of your former teammates and friends?
Not too much. I know it's early December. A bunch of my family and friends have been telling me about it. So obviously it's one to circle. And yeah, I guess I haven't changed teams yet, so it's definitely going to be an experience. But I couldn't be more excited to join the Buffalo organization, and I look forward to the fall.
Just picking up on an earlier comment you made, the impact, the influence that Coach Montgomery has on your game, you pull back a little further, you look at that across the entire roster. How important was Coach Montgomery to the historical success your Boston Bruins had last year?
I think he was a major factor. Him coming in right off the bat, obviously we had a really good team, but he figured out his system. It was just so offensive and dynamic, and he wanted us to, obviously we always had that structure defensively, and we always, worked real hard in front of our net trying not to let the puck in. And obviously our goalies too both of them had 2 huge years, and that's why it was such a historic season for the Bruins.
Well, speaking of your former teams, I know you're a proud Quinnipiac alum. So what was it like watching the Bobcats secure their first ever national title?
Quinnipiac team actually made it to the Frozen Four national championship game against North Dakota. And it was like everything had the same situations. After the second, we were down 2-1. They were down 2-1 in Tampa. And, it was just great to see them get over the hump. And they had a great period. They tied it up late, and first shift overtime, they have that face-off, center ice face-off goal. It was a pretty special moment for all the alumni.
Yeah, big memories indeed. Before we let you go, Connor, what's the rest of the summer look like for you now that you've kind of got the contract buttoned down? You can set that aside for the time being. What's training look like? When do you get back on the ice? Where do you spend your off season?
I'm in Boston now. I'm training at BU. So it's been great. I've been back and forth with New Jersey. basically all summer. Took a couple trips, went down to Florida for a week, did Savannah, Hilton Head. But now I'm locking in, and I got one more little vacation planned in St. Lucia, but it's been pretty good. Obviously, a lot longer than I wanted to, but it's after July 1 and I finally had a destination. There's definitely been more excitement in my workouts. I can't lie, especially the conditioning parts.
Got to believe that.
Well, you've certainly earned it. Congratulations on the new team, the new deal, and enjoy that trip to St. Lucia. Sounds fun.
Thank you guys for having me.